Dada. Dada. That's the fucking FDA calling me. Dada. That's your trainer calling me. Daddy. You're all my sons. You're all my fucking children. And I'm not just going to say that like some jackass. I'm saying because I'm going to get you fucking ripped. I broke down health and fitness into the simplest matrix possible. No shame. I do not care. There's ChatGPT pulled up because I was relentlessly hounding it. Have you done that yet? I don't think so. You're telling me a greater life full of possibilities and health and fitness and looking like a sex symbol, looking like the reincarnation of some Greek-like figure is just out here for the taking, using gyms and eating real food, and you're not going to do it? That is the most moronic, nonsensical, idiotic thing on the entire planet. Dada! Dada! That's that's fucking Nazem. Nazem's like, all right, Yusuf, what the fuck? You're my sons. You're my sons. Now I'm going to back it up with value. What you need to get good at in lifting and literally steal this, get good at this shit. How do I know you're not? Because you're fat and listening. How to eat and how to think of your personal goals. Oh, I know what food is. Then why are you fat? Why do you look ugly? Why do you not have the mental effort to sit and berate and interrogate ChatGPT as to the best foods and basically verifying best possible sources and best ways to conceptualize food? Dada, ChatGPT, my son also. Who's the real winner here? The mind. The mind that works and wants the best for everybody. Dada. Anyway. So let's get into some business. Let's get to work. You want to learn how to train? You want to build a fat ass? You want to build nice arms? You want to get a nice fucking core? Or do you want to look like melted ice cream the rest of your life? Cool. We're going to the gym and we're getting good at very specific things. Are you ready? Dada? Who's your daddy? Okay. You need to understand what your training split is. And what I like to do is conceptualize it in the form of a rotation. Oh, do I go to the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week? It's all fucking made up. It's a made up construct. I've been self-employed since 2020. I don't even know what days of the week are. Everything is made up. Everything is perpetual now. It does not matter. What you need to do is conceptualize your lifting routine in breaking it into your muscle groups, okay? So you've got your push muscles, then you've got your pull muscles, then you've got your legs, and then you've got whatever complementary muscle group you want to get good at. For guys, that's usually arms. For girls, it's usually glutes. Then you want to finish each workout with a finisher that is either abs or calves. It should be alternating each day. I know that was a lot. I know that was a lot for you. Dada? Who's your daddy? Okay, so here's what you need to get good at. This is the stuff that really matters. This is $10,000 worth of coaching advice. This is 5-6 years worth of personal training information that I've collected in my career. This is training over 250 people online. This is speaking to and meeting with over 3,000 people, consulting with their fitness goals and what they want. Dada? Who's your daddy? This is it. Anyone else who is on gear, on roids, doesn't even know their fucking dick from their asshole, is out fucking, you need to train maximum hypertrophy. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. We don't need anything more complicated than this. Dada! This is what you need to get good at. For chest, shoulders, and triceps, the push muscles, these round out your front, okay? For the most part. Your chest, your shoulders, and then your triceps, ironically, are actually the back of your arm, but you can see them from the front when they're developed. Take it from me. I got fucking triceps, okay? So push muscles, these round out your physique. They make you look beautiful. It also just, it's good for you, okay? Here's what you need to get good at. Chest press. for the pec major, incline chest press. For the pec minor, the upper shelf, right up here. You want cleavage. I wish I was shirtless right now. You can see how these are fucking pillows. Then you get good at push-ups, everything that's chest and shoulders, your front delts. Then shoulder press, front delts. Lateral raises, side delts, make some fucking caps on this bitch. And then tricep extensions. Get good at any tricep extension. Straight bar, rope, overhead dumbbell tricep extension, any of it. When I said I was going to make this simple, I will make it simple. I'll tie this all together with rep schemes and how to conceptualize it. Don't worry. Dada! Who's your daddy? Chest press should be your biggest lift. Incline chest press should be like your second biggest lift, sort of. It's like next to the biggest. Push-ups are going to be intense and hard. Shoulder press should be your hardest shoulder workout. There's not much left if you've already done these three things left in the tank for shoulder press. Lateral raises are nice and simple, but they burn because the lateral head, the medial head of your shoulder is pretty small. And most people don't use a lot of weight doing this. So what you can do is practice different ranges of motion. You can focus on the top half of it and just fucking max that shit out, do a heavier weight, but just change it up. Challenge yourself. When I said it's as simple as this, it's as simple as this. Tricep extensions, you can do with cables, you can do with dumbbells. I prefer cables, big time, way more stable, way more comfortable. We clear on that? We clear on how to make some nice titties and nice shoulders and nice triceps? You ready to look beautiful? All right, cool. That's chest. Next, rear delts. Sorry. Next, pull. Your pull muscles behind you. These also round you out and they accentuate your posture. They make you move like a real person. You ready? Deadlifts. Get good at deadlifting. You can either get good at deadlifting or you can be a soft, limpy bitch. It's up to you. I don't make the rules. A body that deadlifts is a body that looks sexy. A body that doesn't deadlift, you don't want to fuck it. You just don't. You don't want to fuck a body that doesn't deadlift. Looks like shit. Deadlift. It does something for your CNS. It just does. It turns your physical body erect. That's just what it does. All right? So deadlift. You're going to get good at deadlifting. Practice. Carve out 20 minutes of your workout to get good at deadlifting. If you get good at deadlifting, this has the largest, the greatest compounding effect over your training and your physical body over time. Believe me, just get good at deadlifting. Practice. Start somewhere. Deadlift. Then you want to get good at pull-ups. Getting good at pull-ups is elite. It is alpha. It is the queen. It is the king of all pulling motions aside from the deadlift. Maybe it's the prince in that matter. So pull-ups, you need to get good at doing pull-ups. Exert your force in pull-ups. If you can't do pull-ups, work up to assisted pull-ups. Or also get really good at lat pull downs and really isolating your back, locking your hips in a fixed position, and get really good at learning how to pull up or pull down. But get good at it, okay? You get good at it. You get good at it, okay? You get good at it, all right? And then guess what? You pull up, you pull bitches. You pull yourself up, all right? We're pulling up. Next, lat pull downs. Next, rows. Get good at rowing. Horizontal pull, all right? Horizontal pull. Then pull up is vertical pull. Row is the nice complementary piece to that. Horizontal pull. You're pulling horizontally. Barbell row, cable row, dumbbell row. Up to you, but get good at a row. Row, row, row your boat. Who's your daddy? Dada. Then you want to get good at a high row. A high row is like a diagonal. It's an in-between. You've got vertical, which is pull up. You've got horizontal, which is row. And then you've got kind of diagonal, which is a high row. Okay, high row. Who's your daddy? Then next, cool thing about high rows is high rows also engage a lot of your rear delt. And so you can kind of do two birds, one stone. You don't need to do rear delt flies if you do high rows really hard, really heavy, a lot of reps, a lot of good time under tension. And then bicep curls as well. Okay, bicep curls as well. So far we've covered push and pull, what to get good at. What are you going to get good at? Quick recap. Chest press, incline chest press, push-ups, shoulder press, lateral raises, tricep extensions, right? That's from biggest to smallest. And then biggest to smallest again on pull is deadlifts, pull-ups, lat pull-downs, rows, high rows, bicep curls. Get good at pulling shit. Get good at pushing shit. Dada, who's your... All right, I'm done with that for a little bit. Pull. Pull's pretty simple, right? Then you've got legs. Now, I broke up legs into two pieces. I forgot to mention calves, but I will cover calves. Think of legs as broken up into two pieces. You've got your heavy, big lifts that fuck up everything and make you wheelchair bound. And then you've got your smaller, more intense leg lifts, which are smaller machines. Leg extension, leg curls, adduction, abduction. All right, and that's it. So think of the hard ones as squats, hip thrusts, typically for girls, leg press, weighted step-ups, and lunges. You need to get good at those 5 things, those 5 major things. They are so transferable in any training program possible. Squats, hip thrusts, leg press, step-ups, lunges. Basically, squatting and stepping. Squatting, stepping forward, stepping up, squatting. And then leg press. Get good at pushing shit like you're pushing a baby out of you. And then for the smaller leg accessories, get good at leg extensions, hamstring curls, and then the good girl, bad girl machine. Get good at that shit. All right? Get good at the small movements, the machine movements. Less practical, but they do build muscle still. And they're a little bit more intense. They're a bit more challenging in their own way. The compounds are more challenging in their own ways that they fuck you up. And it's heavy, and it makes you use your body. People go to the gym and try not to use their body, which is the dumbest. How do I get in here and do the least amount of work? You need the opposite mindset for leg day. You need to go in like, how do I do the most amount of work? That's how you progress. Crazy. Who's your dada? And then 6-pack. Your obliques, your rectus abdominis. How to train your abs. Think of it like this. Over a long enough time frame, what you need to get good at is extreme sit-ups. The more extreme the sit-up, the better. If you can't do sit-ups right now, start with doing basic sit-ups. Then do leg lifts. Then do cross-body sit-ups. Then do cross-body leg lifts, aka windshield wipers. Get good at obliques, get good at twisting, get good at sitting up, get good at lifting your legs up, and then get good at planking, and then also doing a side plank. Most importantly, get good at sitting up, cross-body stuff, twisting motions, and then static. All of that is really good for you. Sit-ups, leg lifts, cross-body sit-ups, cross-body leg lifts, planks, side planks. Last thing so this is your finisher, right? Remember I said abs and calves are good finishers? So what you want to think of is, for calves, if you're not doing abs, is just 75 calf raises every day. Heavy and light. Go fuck it up. In between. 75 though. Do single, do both. Do single, do both. 75 total. Just do 75 calf raises. And if you're not doing 75 calf raises, you're going to do abs. Dada! All right, who's your daddy? That's the training program. Here's what you got to get good at. To recap legs. Squats, hip thrusts, leg press, step-ups, lunges. Is this crazy? Is this crazy or not? Then machines. Get good at machines. You get good at all those things and you will be jacked. You get good at those things and you will not look like shit. If you get good at those things, you won't need to listen to me anymore. Dada! Okay, I'm done. Next, food. I'm just gonna... Oh my gosh, man. I have a couple ways I gotta rip this shit. Number one, let's just start with... We all want to lose body fat, right? Most of us are eating like shit. All right, you eat like a fatty. You eat like shit. So you need to know what real food is. I had this guy message me, bro, on the weekends, on the week I eat so good, and on the weekends I eat bad, and I don't know why. You don't know why you eat a certain way because you don't know how to eat. You don't know what food is. Once you know what food is, you make the choices. They're instinctual. Okay? They're instinctual. So what's real food? Here's what you need to know. You need to know what whole foods are. The game used to be whole foods, minimally processed foods, and then processed foods. Let's just think even simpler than that. Whole foods versus, is this an industrialized food? Whole food meaning, and that includes minimally processed, like yogurt, like Greek yogurt, like protein shakes. Let's just count that. So whole foods, what are whole foods? Stuff that the planet gave you. Earth, real living organism, real living being. It has flesh. It has seeds. It has reproductive organs. It's real food. It's real energy. It's not a fucking Pop-Tart, you dumb bitch. Dada! Whole foods. What are whole foods? It's protein, real animal source protein. It's real carbohydrates, and it's vegetables. Eat the rainbow. Eat real shit. I'm not talking about Cookie Crisps. Stupid fuck. Proteins, fats, real carbohydrates. Do you want to know what a real carbohydrate is versus a fake carbohydrate? A real carbohydrate is real sugar, real glucose that you can get from real occurring things that Mother Nature gave you as a pre-workout and as a mood enhancer. It is sugar paired with fiber and antioxidants and other amazing micronutrients. What is fake sugar? Pop-Tarts. What does it even have? Ice cream. I'm not saying you can't have these things. Donuts. It's just, it's made up. It's made up. Wake up. Wake up. It's made up. You have been eating things that have just been plugged into your diet and you don't even know what the fuck it is. You don't even think. Think about what food is. Is it a whole food? Is it a real food? Good. That's a good thought. Or is this a not real food? Nice job. Now we're getting somewhere. This is how you start to distinguish what is a Pop-Tart and what is a blueberry. I'm so proud of you. Dada! We're making great strides here. You know what to lift and what to get good at and how to train hard and how to train heavy and how to train for real. And now you know how to eat. It's so silly because all this, this answer key I'm about to give you is honestly shit you should already fucking know. Dada! You should know what this food is, okay? And then, so I've covered, man, I'm really covering some good ground here. Then what you need to know, if you want to understand this stuff, I'm going to send this to all of my clients. You guys get firsthand look at this. I'm sharing snippets with YouTube and with Spotify because you guys are my creative bounce board before people get it for real. So if you want to get this for real, hit me up on Instagram and be like, Dada! Oh, okay. So what is humanely sourced and humanely raised food? This is the next distinguishment of like what are positive nutrients? What are real nutrients that are made and put here for the benefit of you? Think regenerative farming. Think, what are some crazy facts? I think 4 out of 5 fucking chickens. I don't want to butcher it, but it's on Tyson's website. But Tyson's is one of America's largest food processing manufacturers or plants, farms, if you want to call it that. But you just want to consider, like, look, when food is industrialized and you've got chickens that don't have space to frolic, to eat their natural diet, to live as a happy chicken, from these massive plants, you are going to get a lower quality chicken. You're going to get a product. You're not going to get a real chicken that you could eat and ingest and be happy after eating. You're going to eat a stressed out, possibly, I don't want to fearmonger, but you're going to eat a stressed out, less happy chicken whose nervous system has just been bodied. You want to get a real happy chicken. I mean, this is crazy. Humanely sourced foods. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of religions actually point towards having foods that are humanely sourced. Why? Because you eat it. We've gone so far and gone so far away, and then at the same time, this is the most educated we've ever been. I don't believe it. It's the most information we've ever had. Doesn't make it easier. It's the most information, and we still have to compartmentalize it and source it. Well, here it is. Here's the answer key. Humanely sourced. Humanely sourced whole foods are your best bet. Humanely sourced whole foods are your best bet. Why? Because they contain the most rich and positive nutrient density profile relative to what your stupid little fat stomach can intake. All right? It's the best bang for your best bang for your buck in your intestinal real estate, in your digestive real estate. Did we get that? Can I get a yes, Dad? Can we get a yes? FDA, you're literally my son. It's okay. I haven't been bought. I haven't been lobbied. I haven't been fucked all with. I'm trying to do the opposite. Dad. And then look, last thing is when you consider, all right, so I need to be eating good animal sources of protein. I need to be eating good food. What about when I go here? What about when I go there? You have to consider home cooking versus restaurant. Restaurants, I think, and we should start this as a movement, in my opinion. We should start suggesting and voicing our opinions as to how we should begin to hold restaurants more accountable to a healthier source of food. I know they're dealing with razor margins already, razor thin margins, but we need to ask. I'm willing to pay for a higher quality of source food. I used to think making it financially was not having to worry about the price going out to a restaurant. Now I realize making it is worrying about what the ingredients are when I go to a restaurant. It's not just I can pay for whatever, but is it going to pay me back? That's heat. That's fucking heat. So look, just consider. A lot of restaurants, 90%, 95%, this is just a stat. In my general observation, if you look at menus and then you watch Kitchen Nightmares and you look at the state of most kitchens and you look at the razor thin margins that they already have to prepare for, and they got to go, fuck, I got to make an economic decision on how to feed these fucking idiots. So that, to make it as good as possible, but I don't really give a fuck about anything else besides them liking it because they're emotional creatures. We need to start holding restaurants more accountable to healthier food options at restaurants, being cooked with better things. It's just what needs to happen. Right now, it's not the state. What you need to do is you need to arm yourself and equip yourself with knowing what real food is. You need to arm yourself and equip yourself with knowing how to make the best possible food choices with you. That starts with knowing, is it a whole food or is it an industrialized food? Is this real? Is this humanely sourced foods? How processed is this? And then can I make it at home? And what's the purest way I can make it so that it pays me back? Quickly, let's cover knowing what your personal goals are. Because knowing what your personal goals are, and then I'm going to give you the top foods. Bitch, I said I'm going to give you the top foods. I'm going to give you the best sources and then how to consider your goal. This has never failed me. All of my best clients eat this way. All of my worst clients I've ever had don't eat this way. So all my best clients, all the best people even people, there are cool people who listen who don't even sign up and see results. And they go, I'm eating better. I've lost weight. I can't even tell you how many people I've seen message me having lost greater than 50 pounds. So, like, you don't have to listen to this. It's up to you. I don't know. Protein goal. We know this. It's between your lean weight and whatever your goal weight is, even above is fine. In fact, what we're finding is that just don't obliterate your kidneys by having 2x what you're supposed to be eating in protein. But if you have a compass, an internal compass as to what foods you should be eating, it should 100% be towards protein. It should 100% be high quality protein sources. Almost like I wrote that down. Then, eggs. Eggs are a superfood. Eggs are loaded. It is the highest quality source of animal protein. Whoever said don't eat eggs or don't have more than 2 eggs a day or 3 eggs a day because of the cholesterol is a fucking moron. Period. Eat as many eggs as you want. They're excellent. I mean, you're going to get the ick if you eat a lot, and there is a weird thing about texture once you go past just cooking a certain quantity of eggs and then how long it stays out. That does matter. But just try and stay within a reasonable amount. Eggs should be at the top of your list. It is a supreme source of animal protein and micronutrients as well. It is just unbeatable. Look it up. Look up eggs. Just do your research on pasture-raised eggs. Then obviously meat, then obviously supplements. That will go towards your protein goal. That'll all go towards your protein goal. Sound good? So protein goal sound good? eat up to at least our lean weight in protein, and then eat your goal weight in protein, and then you can even go above that a little bit if you want to. How I found most people like to eat their protein, girls and guys are a little different. Guys, I find, usually like to eat 2 to 3 large portions of protein per day, meaning breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or breakfast and dinner, or lunch and dinner consists of at least 2 whole servings of protein per meal, sometimes even 3 if you're a bigger dude. Interesting, huh? And then for girls, usually like 3, 4 meals, sometimes 5. Y'all hoes like to eat just because y'all are bored. And your life is all about happiness in the moment as a girl. And they're like, I want to be happy. And you know what's a good mood enhancer? Eating. But so eating 3 to 5 portions of protein throughout the day for a female is typical. That's fine. What you want to adhere to, this is actually a note towards the end, but this I find women have the hardest time with. Guys are fine with this, but you want just proper space in between meals so that you can fully digest before starting to eat again. And then obviously, if you want to, this is most, I'll save it there. I'll leave it there. Just consider proper space in between meals to digest, and you're not just perpetually snacking all day. Just consider that. And then carbohydrates. How many carbohydrates should you be eating per day? Now, here's the cool thing. You can eat up to your body weight in carbohydrates, provided they are real carbohydrates, not fake carbohydrates. Not a crazy concept, I don't think. So eat between 1 serving of carbohydrates, that's 35 grams. You can go without, you can have an all protein and vegetable day if you really, really want to, and minimal carbohydrates. But you can know that you can at least go over to your body weight in carbohydrates. That's totally fine. So eating up to your body weight in carbohydrates, I think now might be a useful time to go over some of the foods that you want to eat all together. I'm just going to list it off. The best animal proteins are going to be as follows. Number 1 is the egg. Next is any form of steak. I wrote down how much protein 5 ounces of each of these meats has. I'm going to list them off as follows. So my first go-to is steak. I love steak more than anything. Steak is beautiful. I think steak is God's gift to earth, aside from berries and honey. And then you've got ground meats like beef, turkey, chicken. Then you've got chicken breasts, chicken thighs, chicken wings. Then you've got some seafood, salmon, shrimp. You've got the white fishes. I just don't really fuck with white fish like cod and tilapia. I'd rather fucking gag than eat that shit. Like, what's that girl who's like, if I don't have this burger, I'm going to gag. I'm like that with whitefish. And then you've got the protein supplements. So I'm going to list this off for the people listening. Per 3 eggs. 3 eggs is a good serving, or 2 if you're a chick who doesn't want to eat 3 eggs. But 6 grams of protein per eggs is typical, especially the good ones. So per 3 is 18 grams of protein, per 2 is 12. Just conceptualize that. Per 5 ounces. So this is like a nice moderate palm size of protein for the girl. 5 ounces. I'll go over 8 ounces for the guys. For the girls, a ribeye is typically 30 grams of protein per palm. 5 ounces. Okay, ribeye is 30 grams. Memorize this. A ribeye is 30 grams of protein per palm. Okay, per 5 ounces. How much is it? A ribeye is how many grams of protein per 5? 5 ounces. Great. New York strip steak per 5 ounces is also 30 grams of protein. It's also 30 grams of protein. Flank steak is not as expensive as these two. So it's a nice, more reliable, consistent source of steak to be eating. Flank steak is widely used in tacos. It's used as like carne asada because it's a very malleable meat. You can make strips of it. You can make cubes of it. You can have it as one steak, up to you. But flank steak is 25 grams of protein per 5 ounces. Now, I think I could have sworn... Yeah, so 93.7 ground beef and ground turkey is 35. However, actually, how would I think that 90... I feel like 93.7... Look, this is me ChatGPTing in real time. If you want to know how the sauce is made, this is it. It's faster than MyFitnessPal. 93.7 turkey, 5 ounces. If anyone looks at my ChatGPT history, it is so funny because I'm just shouting at ChatGPT. Tell me this. How much protein? Oh, is it not going to load right now? Whatever. Hey Siri, fuck, never mind. Hey Siri, how many grams of protein is 93.7 turkey, 5 ounces?
I don't have an answer for that.
You dumb bitch. Sorry. Let's just say 35. 35, but I thought turkey was a little bit more, but it was lower fat. So chicken breast, 35 grams of protein. Chicken thigh, a little bit less, 25. Chicken wings, the least, 20 grams. Salmon, 25. Shrimp, 25. Protein powders, usually 25. Core Power Elites, 42. Pretty solid. All right, that's protein. You should have like a pound of meat a day is just so solid. That is the best shit that you could possibly do is a pound of meat a day. You might want to look at the 8 ounces. The 8 ounces is really good. So 8 ounces for these protein sources, 8 ounces of ribeye. It's a bit more than 5 ounces, obviously. It's almost double. 8 ounces of ribeye, 48. This is more relevant for the guys. 48 grams of protein for 8 ounces of ribeye. 48 grams of protein in 8 ounces of the New York strip. 48 grams of protein. Why is that the same numbers? I thought it was. Oh, I picked a lower end of the range because sometimes ChatGPT would give me a range. It'd be like, oh, it's between 48 and 55. So I picked the lower end. So ribeye, New York, and then flank steak are all about 48 grams of protein per 8 ounces. Ground beef, 48 grams of protein. Ground turkey, 60 grams of protein per 8 ounces. Per 8 ounces, 2 palm sizes typically. Chicken breast, 60. That's just like ground turkey, except ground turkey is what tastes way better in my opinion, because you can season that shit into oblivion. Chicken thighs, 45 grams of protein per 8 ounces. Chicken wings, 30 grams of protein per 8 ounces, give or take. Salmon, 40 grams of protein per 8 ounces, give or take. Next, we've got carbohydrates. Does protein make sense to animal protein? Is that verbal, auditory, and slightly visual conceptualization of how much protein is in protein help you? I hope it does. If you want, you can screenshot this. Nice. Feel free. You can screenshot, keep that, have at it. I'll post it on my Instagram at some point. Carbohydrates. What are real carbohydrates? Now I'm gonna do a quiz with you. I'm gonna cover the berries. So we're gonna go over how much carbohydrates is in a cup of each of these main carbohydrates, and then we're gonna do a quiz on how many carbohydrates you believe in each of the berries. Okay. White rice. 1 cup of white rice is 45 grams of carbohydrates. 1 cup of potatoes is 37 grams of carbohydrates. Sweet potatoes. And remember, how to fit this into your goal, you can have up to your body weight in naturally occurring carbohydrates, but you can have as little as 1. Anywhere between that's fine, depending on how much energy you want. Potatoes, 37 grams of carbohydrates per 1 cup. Sweet potatoes, 27 grams per 1 cup. Whole wheat bread, 20 grams per slice of carbohydrates, typically per slice. Oats, 1 cup of oats, 27 grams of carbohydrates. Whole wheat pasta, that does exist, you fat bitch. 37 grams of cup of carbohydrates. Whole milk and full fat yogurt per cup, 15 grams of carbohydrates. Whole milk, 11 grams of carbohydrates. Now, the guessing game. How many grams of carbohydrates do you feel like are in 1 cup of blueberries? Guess. Did you guess 21? Okay. It's 21. 21 grams of carbohydrates per cup of blueberries. Next. Guess how many carbohydrates are in a cup of raspberries? Is it more or less? It is less. It's 15 grams of carbohydrates. Then, I have a bonus one for you. What about blackberries? 1 cup of blackberries. How many grams of carbohydrates fit in 1 cup of blackberries? That's a lot. Now that you think about blueberries and raspberries, think about 1 cup of that. How much food that is, and how few carbohydrates that is, but how filling that is, and how rich in antioxidants and micronutrients that is. Crazy. Guess. Blackberries, 14 grams. Next, strawberries. Guess. How many grams of carbohydrates are in strawberries? 11. 11 grams of 11 grams of carbohydrates in strawberries. My old roommate who taught me how to get ripped would eat strawberries every night with whipped cream and a little bit of honey. And then sometimes he would do some like powders on it, like Reese's powder or Twix powder seasoning. And that was just sweet. That when he was cutting, he would just eat that to death. I eat the blueberries and Greek yogurt or whole yogurt and some nuts. And that's what I need. And that keeps me away from being a fat bitch. So and then guess how many grams, this is crazy, 1 cup of dates has. Guess. I need to ask. So I think it's like, I have it up here actually. 1 cup of dates is 112 grams of carbohydrates. Holy shit. That's a rich carbohydrate source. Vegetables, look, eat your vegetables. You know that shit. And then the last thing I want to share with you guys is a thinking exercise that I'm going to have be a... Oh, what, did I get rid of it? No way. Okay, it's over here. Look, this is really what you need to do. If you want to implement this stuff in place, here's what to expect. Number 1, what happens after you make the switch to eating like this and training like this is, number 1, you get a clearer head and you increase ability to focus. You have more consistent and comfortable bowel movement. You have greater physical agility and lightness about you from said bowel movements. And then you also get stabilized mood and greater conscious efforts in all things that you do because you are literally awake. When you are eating bullshit, you are asleep. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are poisoning your brain and your gut. I hate to be that dude, but to the more extent you can clean up your diet, the greater your mental health, the greater your ability to be conscious, the greater your ability to talk to yourself nicely and to think clearly and to be able to do things. Is that a crazy concept? Anyway, so that's what you should be able to expect as a result of doing these things. Next, for your first month of doing this, this is what you should consider. Write this out. Journal it. Get ready to write this out or save this for later and keep this for yourself. Are you ready? You need to list out all of the things that you know you need to get rid of. You need to list out all of the things you know to get rid of. What are you removing from your diet? What are you removing from your lifestyle? I'll give you some examples as to what I would think most people remove. They need to remove the late night snacking. They need to remove the binging food and Netflix and just turning their brain off and fucking jacking off mentally. You need to get rid of that shit because it's just taking away your attention. It's not worth your attention either. Think of all the things that are not worth your attention. Get rid of those things. What are the things that are not worth your attention anymore? Then, what are the healthy things you are personally interested in adding? Is it reading? Is it calling mom? Is it calling a friend? Is it journaling? Is it doing, what is it? What are you adding? What are you going to add to your attention? And then you've also obviously got to ask yourself these last 2 questions. What does the 10.0 version of me look like to me? And what does the 10.0 version of me do? How does the 10.0 version of me behave? What are the things the 10.0 version of me does? Consider this. And that is why I took the paternity test and I am your trainer's father. That is why the FDA and NASM Say, Dada! Hold on, they're calling me. What? I'm not sending you money. Go away. Spoiled brat. You should have taken that money from Purdue and Tyson and Big Pharma. Uh-oh. If this was valuable to you, share it. Share it with someone. Share it with a fat bitch. Share it with an ugly person who needs to know that lifting and eating right is it. Lifting and eating right and knowing how to take care of yourself is it. You want to know what the new currency is going to be in the future? How you look. Because how you look is very clearly an indicator of how much you use your brain. I know amazing people who are overweight, and what makes them amazing is the type of character that they are inside of them. I know plenty of people who are fit, but I consider to be absolute fuckfaces because I see their character, and their character resembles that of an asshole. And I know plenty of fat people who still resemble an asshole. I know plenty of fit people who you can really tell are the light. You're not exempt from this. But you know what's proof of how you are? Is what you do with yourself and how you talk to yourself, how you function, how you navigate, how you think. Quality of one's life is largely determined by the quality of one's thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was useful to you. And most importantly, if you need help with stuff like this, if you need to conceptualize it for yourself, DM me. Say, Dada! I'm just joking. Because I'd be willing to bet people are going to say Dada. Say goals. Say goals, or say I watched the video and I need fucking help. Like I want the matrix, the plan, this. But I'm hoping this helped a lot of you, because it's not complicated. It's not complicated. What you need to do is know what to remove and then what to add. And then you need to know how to ask yourself questions. How do I get the best out of me? How do I live my best? How do I give my best? That's what we're going to remember. You're not going to remember, oh, did I weigh this food perfectly? Oh, no, I'm so bad. It's how you talked about it. How you talked about that was like a bitch. That's how you're going to go down. Your last thoughts were, I don't know what to do. But it's like, yeah, I'm learning how to feed myself. Yeah, I'm learning how to fuel myself. I'm going to feel so good. Make yourself the placebo. Everything that you put in your body is going to go towards you and your goals. You're going to get ripped. You're going to build muscle. You're going to burn body fat just by getting off the fucking drugs and getting off the bullshit. It's not your fault that you were there. I mean, it was partially, but food changed. Now we know. Eat this stuff. Eat this stuff, eat this stuff, and do this stuff. I care about you. As always, take care. Hope this finds you in good health. And share this with someone who needs it. All right? Bye.